Hello, Tony Vesely here, founder and creator of Notary Calendar. In this training video, we are going to talk about the profile section. We have added a few things recently, so I want to redo this from the old one. Most of this is pretty self-explanatory, right? Your name, hopefully you know that. If you don't, there's some serious problems and maybe you shouldn't be notarizing things. Language is spoken. If there's something missing here, feel free to shoot me an email, text, call, whatever works. Let me know. I can add it to it. If there's a language that's not on there that you do speak. The main ones, and this is the new one, which is awesome. I'll show you that in just a second, though. But in case you are new, if you haven't been through this before, if you're not familiar with this, under this section right here, this is probably the most important, the website settings, right? What time zone you're on, when you start, when you end work, so that tells the system when not to display you, right? The zip code is critical. I don't know why he doesn't have, my developer didn't put an asterisk on there. It has to be there because this is what it uses to calculate drive time from, right? The max distance miles, these are the three that usually get a little hung up, especially the first two. So the max distance miles is telling the system the maximum amount you're willing to travel to get to a job, right? If somebody does a search for me and they're 160 miles out, I won't show up. If they're 120 miles out, I will show up in a search, right? Some people are like, I'm only going to drive 30 miles. That's the furthest I'll go to any job. Anything more than that, I'm not going. Fine, then put 30 in there. Whatever your max is, right? So the other one is the base travel distance. This is telling the system, here's how far I will go for my fee that I set up in the service fee section, right? So for me, you need a power of attorney done. I'll go up to 15 miles for 85 bucks. That's my fee for a power of attorney. That's my base fee. So if somebody does a search, they're 10 miles away, it's going to show power of attorney, $85, no additional travel fee. If they're 30 miles away, the system's going to go, oh, his base is 15, that's an additional 15 miles, and then it's going to take 15 miles additional times 2, which will be 30, and it will add 30 bucks to my fee. So 85 plus 30, 115. So it will show that breakdown on the deal for my customers, right? So let's do that just for fun. Let's say we got tomorrow, we're doing a power of attorney. I'll use that since I'm going there, search. And this one, I don't know how far it is, but the base fee for a power of attorney is 85. My additional distance fee is 25 because it's beyond the distance. It must be 12 miles or something like that, whatever the math works out to. So then it shows the total amount of 110. So it is transparent. It shows your customer right there exactly how much you need for their signing at that location. So if you have to drive more than 15 miles, the system automatically goes. Now, I know there's some states where they're limited on what they can charge. They can only charge a certain amount per mile. The beauty of this is that you can put 0 in here. If you put in 0 and it calculates 60, I've heard some states are 68 cents a mile. So you put in 0, you put 68 cents a mile. Then when your customer does a search, it's going to calculate it out for them and show them exactly how much your fee is, along with your base fee, right? For your whatever your service is for that type of signing, right? Hopefully that makes sense. If not, call me, text me, email me, get me. Let me show you one way you could do this. Actually, this is something new. This will tie into what you just saw. There's the online notary button here, which actually has multiple uses. So I'm trying to figure out how to either add words to this or duplicate this and add a couple of different checkboxes. Essentially what this will do, watch if you check it, it will take away the address box. What this does is tells the system to default to your address, which is here. So if you're doing Ron, which is what we added this for, right? Originally, we put this address thing in here for Zoom meetings because the system would get thrown off if it saw a Zoom address in the GPS location, right? So it's going through your calendar. It sees the address inside your appointment. If there was a Zoom address there, it would throw the system for a loop and didn't know what to do. It would pull some address in Antarctica. So I had my developer write code so that it said if it sees a Zoom address, HTTP, Google, Meet, anything like that, anything but an address, then it defaults to this address. But then we added this for Ron, so this ultimately pulls from the same thing. So when you check this box, that address box goes away, but it's going to pull from whatever address you put in here. So you can do it for a Ron. If you want to do a consultation, I added consultation in here. So if you want to do free consultation for people that are asking questions about notary. They maybe need some documents notarized. They don't know what they're doing, so they want to get educated first so they know what to do. You can offer that to them. If you have a storefront, if you have an actual location where you allow your customers to come and notarize on site, you can use this for that as well. Right? So you just check this box and it will default over to this address. So that is what this address is for. It does just say remote online notarization at this point, but it could be used for Zoom. It could be used for on location. So we'll change some of the wording to make that a little bit clearer. But that's what I want to make sure you know right now, that that's exactly what this is for. So if you're hung up with this, if you're having problems, you can't get things connected, feel free, go in here and book me for a consultation. Hit search. Boom. There's my time slots. Book a 30-minute window. I'll see it. Make some notes in there. Say, hey, this is so-and-so. I'm struggling with this. I'm having problems getting this set up. Just make some notes in there real quick. Let me know what's going on so I can be prepared. And then when we'll meet, right, I'll get you taken care of. So that's going to come in very handy for that. The rest of this is pretty self-explanatory, right? You can upload your commission, your stuff. This is all so people can look at it and see it, and it's displayed. So there are some things that I want to add to this section at some point. Right now, it's just a matter of priorities and getting things in order and putting the things that are most important in first. So we're going to be updating this as we go, as any good tool is never, ever completely finished. We're always making changes, always modifying, always adding, always making it better. And if you have any ideas, suggestions, any thoughts, something you'd like to see changed or make better, feel free. Like I say, there's phone number, email is right there. Call, text, email, whatever works. So, all right, we'll see you in the next training video very shortly. Bye-bye.